Hello and welcome to our reflections for Wednesday, being filmed on Tuesday. I've just got back from the warm hub at Whiteley Head. One of the great things that has happened as a result of the cost of living crisis is that many churches across the country and across the district, and indeed many in our circuit, are now offering what are known as warm hubs or warm spaces. Or as somebody asked me the other day, are you at church doing one of them hot tub things? I said, no, it's warm hub. I said, it doesn't involve you, jumping into a little pool full of hot water with some friends or people you never met before. I said, no, it's a warm hub. And it's spawned all kinds of conversations. Today at Whiteley Head, there was a good crowd there, some people that I'd never seen before, and we got chatting about all kinds of things. I was chatting on one table about an event called Flourish, which I'd vaguely heard of before, which is being set up for Easter time next year at Scarborough. There used to be something called ECG and Easter People before that. This is a sort of similar event, really, that's being run by the Yorkshire North and East District. It's called Flourish. And the reason that particularly came to mind is that when I looked in preparation for doing these reflections at the guidance in the Methodist Prayer Handbook, I found the set reading for today, which is from Deuteronomy chapter 32, and it was a song of praise that Moses is purported to have made at the end of Deuteronomy, but it didn't ring any great bells or no flashes of insight. I turned then to the psalm that was set for today, Psalm 116, which is I've got on my Bible here on my desk, and again didn't really inspire me. It's a psalm of thanksgiving again for God having saved somebody from imminent death. So I thought about this word flourish, which is the word that's put alongside those passages in the Methodist Prayer Handbook for today. Flourish. Didn't really get the link with the passages, but it's a good word. It's a good word for that event in Scarborough, because that's what we hope for, of course. But it particularly brought to mind a conversation I'd had a day or so ago when I was wearing this particular jumper. I was out and about and was just waiting with a few other people, and somebody said to me, I said, do you like fishing then? I explained that it wasn't anything to do with actual fishing, that it was a sort of sign for being a Christian. And they asked me, why a fish? Now, you may know the answer to this. I didn't bewilder them with all the sort of ancient Greek, though I could have done. And if you're interested, the word for a fish is ichthos. And the letters that make up the word ichthos are I, Ch, Th, O, and S. Jesus, Christos, Theou, Huios, Soter, which is the Greek for Jesus Christ, Son of God, Saviour. It was the secret sign that was used to identify Christians one to another in time of severe persecution. It has become a symbol since then of this whole idea of a church that's sometimes under pressure, needing to fish for new disciples as well. So it's quite a powerful sign. But it got me thinking about flourishing again, because the whole story of the early church in the midst of all that persecution was that the church flourished. And we will have seen in the news all kinds of examples of protests and of people feeling persecuted today. The brave Iranian footballers who decided not to sing their national anthem when they were playing against England. Goodness knows what sort of repercussions there will be from that. But somehow crisis does bring sometimes a flourishing. It was so in the early church. They were so persecuted that they went all over the Mediterranean world, but they took the good news about Jesus with them wherever they went, and it meant that the church did indeed flourish. The story in more modern times of the Christian church behind the Iron Curtain was one of great persecution, and yet also a flourishing. The underground church, the silent church, the persecuted church today in many, particularly majority Muslim countries, thrives and flourishes. So what about us in these times of difficulty, where the church is trying to make a difference even in the difficulty of this cost of living crisis? Do we actually flourish as we bear the brunt of people's pain, but at the same time try to help them in whatever small ways one hopes can? And do we speak when we're in that situation with people we've never met before of the one for whom we do it all? So interesting times. May God bless you and may you flourish.